All right, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about, are your goals limiting you? And the idea of signposts versus bullseyes. So many times we set goals from a place where we want to be motivated, inspired, get some momentum in our lives, feel like we're accomplishing something. But in many ways, how we go about setting our goals actually keeps us from achieving them and keeps us from feeling the way we actually want to feel. So I'm Cade. I'm the owner of Cade Fit, where we've been empowering people to move beyond their limitations as a complete human. And so one of the first things about goals is the idea of a bullseye, where it's a target that you have to hit. When we set a goal like that, often it's from a place where we feel something we're lacking, we don't have it, we're not feeling good, we're not as confident as we would like, or there's something external that we need to change to feel good, like it could be finances, weight, any of those things. And the challenge with that bullseye is just by every time we think about it and realize that we're not quite there, we start to feel negative about ourselves, and actually reinforces the problem or the challenge. And so the better idea is to go about setting signposts, a vision of where you want to go. That's going to help motivate you, know if you're on the right track. So instead of something that's small, narrow to hit, set a bigger vision of the experience, the essence of what you're going for. So if it's to lose a certain amount of weight, what's important about that? What do you want to be experiencing? Is it the feeling of strength in your body? Because if that's what you're focused on, instead of a certain external goal, you're going to be able to focus on that strength and notice it when it's in your body even better, and know if you're on the right track and expanding outward. So quick example of this is, I was hearing a story about an Easter egg hunt the other day, and it was Easter time frame. Well, that's when you do Easter egg hunts anyways. But there was a golden egg that was $20 bill. And so all the kids were there, and there was thousands of eggs. And everyone was running around looking for that one golden egg, that bullseye. And the challenges with that is everyone was so focused on it, they ignored everything else. All the other eggs out there, all the things that might actually be what they actually wanted to do with those $20. So the other eggs had things like candy, some of them had $1 bills, some of them had $5 bills. But until there was a period where one guy said, hey, we're gonna do $10 whoever gets the most eggs. And suddenly everyone started chasing all the eggs to see how many they could get, running around with excitement and enthusiasm now, where before they were frustrated that they couldn't find that one golden egg. And the interesting thing is that when they started searching for those other eggs, they noticed that there's actually more value. Sometimes what they would spend the $20 on was already in the egg, or they actually got more money than the $20 because they were focused on what was actually important, was the experience of collecting things and all the other value that's out there. So the idea is, when we set a bullseye, we're so focused on that bullseye, trying to hit the target, that we miss everything else. If you set a signpost, a broader vision of the deeper experience, where like, what's important to you? What are you believing about yourself? What activities are you doing? Then you can start to let your vision expand and your goals expand, so you can include so much more. And in the process, if you do it from a place of how you want to feel, then you're going to allow yourself to exceed so many more possibilities, opportunities, ways to reach what really counts than setting that bullseye. Because sometimes when we set a bullseye goal, it's from that place where we don't feel good enough, or we don't have something we want, and we're so laser focused that we miss everything else, all the progress that is actually moving us closer to what we want, but we don't even realize it. Or we reach that goal, that bullseye, and don't even notice that we don't have the thing we really want, so we think we got to set an even bigger bullseye. Or we miss all the ways in which we're getting closer to what that goal was supposed to give us, but we're not paying attention to it because we're thinking about what we don't have. So it's just something to consider when you're setting a signpost versus a bullseye. Make sure you set goals that are expansive, that enhance who you are, and allows you to move forward in a way that builds momentum and excitement in your life. So leave a comment below what stood out to you, something that you can take and apply to your life. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.